This week, we get wet and wild. In Georgian Bay, Rob and Tracy hop onto personal watercraft for a day of touring in cottage country. Then it's off to the Ile de Madeleine in the Gulf of St. Lawrence, paddling surf kayaks and battling the waves while swimming into caverns. All this coming up this week on The Great Outdoorsman. The Great Outdoorsman is brought to you in part by Canadian Power and Sail Squadrons, volunteers teaching safe boating. Rapala, premium fishing gear, crafted from experience. Ontario, more to discover. Personal watercraft offer a blend of comfort and freedom that few boats can match. They're small enough to make maneuvering easy for even the least experienced rider, yet powerful enough to allow you to cover big distances and maximize your time on the water. Rob and Tracy chose Georgian Bay for their ride and hooked up with riding instructors Ryan and Tara, who had their machines ready to go.
Where are we going? What are we going to see? What are we going to do?
We're going to head to Parry Sound today. It's about a 5-hour ride. It's a nice little channel. There's lots of islands, lots of cottages all over. It's some beautiful boating, some of the best boating in North America right here in Georgian Bay. And there's lots of room inside these Sea-Doos to pack some stuff, and you can throw your gear in the front. They got front casings and compartments, so they're pretty much a boat.
Okay, now what do we have to do for orienteering?
Well, we want to get you acquainted with these machines. Like, I mean, they're pretty big machines. This one's got 185 horsepower. It's a 4-stroke. We don't want to just send you out there, right? You want to know what you're doing. So we're going to take you out, do a little lesson with you so that you become almost like a natural boater.
Now, Tara, you've just taken me through the grueling practical aspect of my training before I get out onto the water for the tour.
Yeah.
Now, why do you take me through those maneuvers? We're doing figure eights and circles and squares and things I'd never think of on a Sea-Doo. Why do you do that?
Well, the reason we like to do on-water training, like you wrote your test, you passed your test, but that doesn't mean you know how to operate a vessel. So it's really important, you know, for anyone who's taking a course to actually get on the water and do some practical training. With you, this is a supercharged Sea-Doo that we were operating. It's 185 horsepower, Vortec technology, so it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun out there.
Yep.
But we just started with the basic maneuvers, you know, some things that you want to be doing when you're out in the water. We started just on, you know, on planes, doing some basic right-hand circles and left-hand circles.
Yep.
Just getting a feel, holding the throttle steady.
That was really important because I found if I missed that one point where I just didn't have enough throttle, you were having me in the maneuver where I had to turn a 180.
Yeah.
And if I didn't have the power, they don't turn.
They don't turn.
Yeah, it's just a dead log kind of going forward.
Right,
so.
right. So it's important to, you know, really see how that feels when you're trying to turn, how much throttle you need to do that turn, and how much speed that takes you.
Now, I found it to be very maneuverable, especially the throttle and all that, just using my thumb. I didn't have to be bombing around and racing around to control it. Is that common?
Yeah, well, a lot of people think, you know, it's either full throttle or off throttle. There's no in between. With these machines, it's nice just to tour around, like half throttle.
And we're taking a couple of different routes to get to our destination?
Yeah, there's a couple different ways we can go. Ryan and Tracy are going to take the one route. We're going to meet them up in Parry Sound, taking another route. So
good.
It's beautiful both ways, but
well, we're wasting time here on the dock. Should we get ready?
We should. Let's got our PFDs,
good.
Got the lanyard, got our swimmers.
Excellent. Got my training?
Got your training, got your card.
Excellent.
Okay.
So how was the water, Ryan? You were already in. I can't believe you went in. It looks freezing.
Oh, well, come on. The moving water's a lot warmer than that cold stuff out in the bay. No, actually, it's quite nice.
Now this is Go Home Basin, and you said that was Go Home Lake up there?
Yeah, up there, that's Go Home Lake, and there's a small little river that people portage. They can portage their canoes and kayaks, as there might be some later on, and go from Georgian Bay to Go Home Lake. So.
And there's 3 sets of waterfalls here.
Yeah, there's a little baby one just up the way, and then there's these 2 nice ones here, great for massaging and playing around in, and a tiny little one that's off the end.
Well, I think we should go check out the ones up a little farther.
Yeah, do you want to go swimming?
Yeah, swimming. Wait, no swimming.
Canadian Power and Sail Squadrons presents this week's safety tip.
In order to properly steer a boat, you should know what's making it turn left and right.
Boats with an outboard stern drive or jet drive are maneuvered by turning the underwater portion of the engine to direct the discharge current to either port or starboard.
Boats with an inboard engine need a rudder to divert the current. And remember that the stern is sliding sideways to allow the bow to face in the right direction.
Always account for this sliding action when turning to avoid a collision. Tara, I've never had so much fun on the water. I thought I would have needed a cruise ship and a captain's chair with an on-deck pool.
Don't need a cruise ship, you got everything you need right here.
This is great.
Yeah.
Now I see a lighthouse behind us.
Red Rock Lighthouse.
Red Rock Lighthouse. Now, it's this squat little thing. It's shortest lighthouse I've ever seen. It's got a helicopter pad on top.
Yeah.
It's got to be for navigation, right?
It is. It's a major navigation aid that vessels can use when they're coming off Georgian Bay.
Yep.
It actually, it's a rangefinder for the other aids to navigation as people are entering Snug Harbor here. So it's a great place to go snorkeling. And I was thinking that we could do some exploration while we're out here, you know.
I've got my stuff all packed in. What can we expect to see when we go snorkeling?
Well, I heard that rumor has that people who used to live here would throw artifacts out from the island, so maybe we'll find some plates and cups we can
Excellent.
use later on.
Good.
So, yeah.
All right then, lead me in.
All right, let's go take a closer look.